Chapter 5 and 6. Harry's first journey into the wizarding world. On the morning of September the 1st. Number for Privet Drive. Witnessed something unusual, something important that revolved around Harry Potter. For once, he wasn't being ignored. The Dursleys, though grumbling and annoyed, were actually taking him to the train station with a suitcase packed full of wizarding supplies, a snowy owl in a cage, and a heart filled with nervous excitement. Harry sat in the back seat beside his spoiled cousin Dudley. At King's Cross Station, Uncle Vernon dropped him off with a sly smile, mocking the instruction to find a platform that didn't seem to exist. 9 3/4. Lost and confused, Harry wandered between platforms 9 and 10, finding no clue until a cheerful family with flaming red hair bustled past. The Weasleys. Mrs. Weasley, warm and motherly, noticed Harry's confusion and kindly showed him how to pass through the magical barrier, simply by walking straight at the wall. With his heart pounding, Harry ran forward, and suddenly found himself standing on a platform unlike any he had ever seen, filled with steam, magic, and the majestic Hogwarts Express waiting to depart. On the train, Harry quickly befriended Ron Weasley, the youngest son of the red-haired family, a shy but good-hearted boy. Ron was both in awe of Harry's fame and embarrassed by his family's poverty. They shared an entire cart of magical sweets, from chocolate frogs to Bertie Bott's, every flavor beans which lived up to their name, offering flavors from peppermint to spinach to earwax. Soon, a girl with bushy brown hair entered their compartment, Hermione Granger, eager and clever, already reciting spells she had memorized. Before long, a pale, arrogant boy named Draco Malfoy arrived, offering his hand to Harry and warning him not to make the wrong sort of friends. Harry refused coldly, and just like that, a lifelong rivalry began. As night fell, the train arrived at Hogsmeade Station. Mist clung to the air, and through the fog loomed a giant figure, Hagrid. He led the first years to small boats that glided silently across a vast black lake. Through the mist, the castle of Hogwarts appeared, towering and glowing like a dream made real. Harry stared at the turrets and glowing windows, knowing that whatever lay ahead, his life was about to change forever. The Sorting Hat. Inside the towering castle, the first years were led through echoing stone corridors to a grand hall lit by floating candles. The enchanted ceiling above mirrored the night sky, filled with twinkling stars and drifting clouds. Here, the sorting ceremony would take place, the ritual that would decide where each student belonged. Professor McGonagall, tall and stern in green robes, explained the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor for the brave, Hufflepuff for the loyal and hardworking, Ravenclaw for the wise, and Slytherin for the cunning and ambitious. At the front of the hall sat a battered old hat on a 3-legged stool. It looked ordinary until it opened a wide rip near the brim and sang a magical, witty song. This hat, enchanted long ago, could read minds and see into hearts. One by one, the new students were called forward. Some, like Draco Malfoy, were sorted instantly, Slytherin. Others, like Neville Longbottom, trembled with nerves. When Harry Potter was called, a hush fell. As the sorting hat settled on his head, it spoke in his mind, plenty of courage. Not a bad mind. A thirst to prove yourself. Slytherin could help you on the way to greatness. But Harry silently repeated, not Slytherin, not Slytherin. After a pause, the hat shouted, Gryffindor. Cheers erupted. Harry took his seat at the Gryffindor table, relieved. Ron and Hermione soon joined him. Draco, as expected, was sorted into Slytherin. After the ceremony, the tables filled with the most magnificent feast Harry had ever seen. Roasted meats, steaming pies, golden puddings, all floating into place. The ceiling above shimmered with stars as laughter and talk filled the hall. It was a scene from a dream. Later that night, they followed Professor McGonagall through halls full of talking portraits to Gryffindor Tower. The entrance was hidden behind a portrait of a fat lady who demanded the password. Caput Draconis. Inside, the common room was cozy and warm. Red armchairs, flickering firelight, and soft rugs made it feel like home. In the dormitory, Harry lay in his four-poster bed, the red curtains drawn around him. For the first time in his life, he felt he truly belonged not just to a school, but to a world where magic and meaning lived. And with that thought, he drifted into the most peaceful sleep he had ever known. Subscribe for next chapter.